Good morning all, it's Tom here again for a new week. Monday morning, busy week ahead, busy day ahead. We've got a couple of tankers out at the moment, already out. We've got Andrew out with a plough. Dad is on his way up to North Devon, Braunton, to drill the last of our winter wheat that's going in. Jordan from Small Hedges is here, just servicing Harry's 370. And we've also got the dung spreader just leaving the yard to go and spread some dung for a local customer as well. So it's all go. Everyone's out. So we'll catch up with them as and when throughout the day. I've got to head up now to Braunton just to help Dad load the seed corn into the drill. So that gives me a good chance to catch up with him drilling anyway, and on the way back through, see what Andrew's up to with the plough. So that'll be the start of the video anyway, and we'll catch up with the rest of them later on in the day. And as always, if anything goes seriously wrong or anything interesting happens, I'll do my best to be there. So here we are up in the field now, just loading up bags of seed. I've just been beat at to get the seed bag on the pallet forks. Just like magic, it's on. So what's going in here is X-Days, which will be in our late drilling slot. And I know that this isn't necessarily that late for drilling winter wheat, but this year it's the latest stuff we've got going in. It's a very it's a showy wheat over the winter, comes up quick and grows quickly. So having spoken to Fergus, he did say potentially you would just play with the seed rates a bit in terms of how much and how thick you put it in. If it's going in a bit earlier, might put a bit less in the ground. So here we are. First job we're catching up with is Dad in the drill. So he's just got in the gateway, which does pose its own challenges up around here, as it's there are some narrow gateways, but also some offset gateways that make it difficult to go from field to field and across roads. So as you can imagine, with a drill this size and a large tractor, sometimes there are some awkward spots, but no issues. We're in the field, and then Dad picks his GPS line that he wants to follow and gets himself lined up, ready to go. So we start off recording right behind, bit of a view from above the drill basically into the back of that cab, and see what Dad's looking at. We'll let him get a bit in front and watch the drill working. You can see he's got both his markers out. I know someone has asked me before about why Dad uses the markers when he's got GPS. He still likes to use them when he is using the GPS, but in this instance he is having a bit of bother with one of the sensors on his auto steer, so always nice to have that backup with the markers out. For those of you that aren't in farming, they essentially mark where the center of your tractor needs to be on the next run to make sure that your width is right and that you're drilling all of the field and not leaving gaps. So he's turned around at the bottom and coming back up. I'll just follow him for a bit, get some decent angles and views before we leave him to it. So just about to leave Dad to it down here now. I think I might have to possibly bring up one more bag of seed this afternoon. It's got 50 acres to drill, so you can see he's able to motor through it pretty quickly. So I won't be back at the office for long before I've got to shoot back up here. And as I said previously, this will be the last 50 acres of wheat that we've got going in the ground. Which means that this year the focus is put in every single one of our acres of wheat. Last year it did do the majority, but there was a couple odd fields and one block that was ploughed and then power harrow drilled. So this obviously saves us one entire pass on that land that's previously needed two. So that's a positive, and obviously we see, as I said before, we see good results with the focus anyway. So it's not, you're not giving up anything in yield for that cost of putting it in the ground, which is good. So we'll leave Dad to it behind me there and catch up with the next job. As promised, Andrew is here ploughing. This is for a regular customer, but a new field that they've taken on. I think the plan is for it to possibly go into winter wheat. But for now, obviously, ploughing it up, and Tony's been spreading dung as well. So Andrew's on this job. Seems to be turning over quite nicely. And we'll get the drone up as well, just to follow Andrew, as I know there's a lot of you out there that like the ploughing videos and like seeing the plough in action. And obviously Andrew is YouTube's favourite ploughman, so why not? So at this point I thought I'd get a bit close to the plough and see if I could follow along really close. I managed to get down there ish, not the best view, and then bottled it horribly because it was I got a bit close. I wasn't very good at flying backwards and ran out of talent piloting the drone, but there we are. This is a better angle just to watch that turning over, showing what the plough's doing. You can see in the background the dung spreader. I did plan on catching up with Tony dung spreading as well, but as I got here he had just finished, so it's just Andrew in the plough for now, but I'll leave you with him. And now for my favourite part of today's video, which I have sped up a bit. I felt a little bit mean with the drone up in the air watching this, but I flew it over the field just to check in with Flynn and to record him with the hedge trimmer. And as you can see, he's found an old bit of barbed wire in that hedge. But yeah, he wasn't there for too long, and I wasn't mean enough to just keep recording him. That's every hedge trimmer's worst nightmare, when they find some wire in the hedge. But he was quickly back to it. As you can see, this is his final run around this field, cutting the field hedges after we harvested maize last week. And this is his last hedge of this farm. He's cut the whole farm, to this point. He had one main road hedge after this one to do. So he's getting on well with the hedge trimming so far. So Flynn is on his final run around that field, as we just seen. He may even have just finished there, I reckon. So he's got to head into the next field. We've obviously caught him at his most frustrating moment of the day. So I'm back up at Braunton now. You can see the pickup behind me. I've got a couple of seed bags on the back. We bought the seed up for this block, which is this 50 acres plus another 100 to 120 that's already been drilled. We bought all the seed up together back along, and after drilling out the first 100 to 120 acres, we were a bit short when we worked out the seed rate this morning. So we just bought up another bag and a half just to make sure that we could drill this at the seed rate that we wanted to. It's obviously a little bit later drilling than what we've done so far. We've got the seed rate at about 65 kilos an acre. But in order to do that, Dad just needed another bag or so. So he's been drilling since we left him. He's just finishing off the 4th field, and he's just got one more to go, so hopefully this will sort that out. Just stopped off at A4 Apparel in Barnstable to put an order in for some workwear for the guys, so hopefully when that arrives we can have a look at it and see if we're happy with it, and give some of you guys the chance to get some polo tops, some hats or a hoodie if you so please, but at least it'll make us look a little bit smarter as well. So just standing on the road hedge here. Like I say, Dad's just finishing this field. It looks like he's on the 3rd headland run. These fields were previously potatoes, which is why they're a little bit later drilled. We had to wait for them to be harvested. So Dad's just lining up with his GPS line. Set himself up, and then he'll head off and do this last 8 to 8.5 acre field. This field here is the field that for the last 2 years the pumpkin patch has been in. This year it's at the far side of that field. We picked up our pumpkins yesterday. And he's away. This is the last of our week going in for the 2025 drilling season. It's been a pretty quick turnaround really, in terms of maize coming off, potatoes coming off, and then the wheat going back in. The weather's been very helpful. So there we are, back at the yard. Sprayer's back in the yard now. The rest of the guys will be on their way back shortly. Dad's finished that field now, so he's on his way back to HQ. Yeah, busy day, and more of it to come, to be honest. We've got some power harrow drilling to be getting on with tomorrow on ground that Andrew ploughed this morning, which you guys didn't see because I didn't get to him in time. But yeah, there's a lot of different jobs going on this week that we'll be able to catch up with. So rest assured, should have some decent videos to show you. But for now, thanks for watching today. Thanks for your continued support, and we'll see you in the morning. Cheers.